Hello, my beauties. Hello, hello, hello. I am Danae, and this is Mother's Dream. Thank you all for being here. I wanted to bring you all a quick message because it literally, Spirit God just dropped this on my head in a way that I couldn't not deliver it to you all. Um, and so I'm outside. Actually at a friend's house right now, and I'm outside and I'm in the yard and I'm doing my power hour. And as I begin to do my circle of protection and love and light and peace, right, I'm lighting my sage and I'm speaking my affirmations, I'm setting my intentions, and people are automatically, of course, drawing into that energy. And there was this one man who, stopped to have a conversation with me. And he was like, "Oh, you're clearing your energy." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And I keep walking, and then so he he drives around and makes his way back to me, okay? And he told me, he was like, "I love your energy." And of course, I smile, always giving and showing gratitude. "Thank you so much," is what I told him. Um, and then so, but also in my head, I'm knowing that that's going to lead to him wanting something more than just him enjoying my vibe, him just enjoying my energy. Um, and so, him just enjoying my energy. So, of course, he tries to talk to me, and I immediately let him know, "No, thank you. I am enjoying my own energy, my own space, and I'm loving it here." Um, and And so I told him, I said, "I don't give my number out, but we can stay connected through social media." He immediately tells me he does not have a social media, me automatically knowing that's a lie. Um, that's a lie. But neither here nor there. Um, and so that's neither here nor there. And so, um, he keeps pressing about maybe taking me out on a date and this kind of stuff. And I was just like, "No, thank you." I said, and so he said he's unsure of how we're going to remain connected. And I was just like, "Well, I'm not sure how we're going to remain connected if I don't give my number out and you don't have social media. And so he immediately changes and shifts into, "Well, I do have a Facebook." Um, I do have a Facebook. And so that conversation turned into um, him talking about how unpure social media is. And so he was saying he's not going to be able to get the pure version of me because social media is not pure. And I told him, when your energy is pure, when you are pure, your energy, no matter where it's being given or received or how it's showing up, it's always going to be received as pure if you're open to receiving that. Okay. And so it sparked this very message, my beauties. Um, it sparked this message. First of all, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and I love you if you have not already heard that, okay? Um, but it sparked this message, okay, that confirmed for me where we are collectively. We collectively are in a space where we simply do not believe in the power of us. We don't believe in the power of our being. We don't believe in the power of us. God created us in God's image, which means that if we allow ourselves to be, we are just as powerful, we are just as magical, we are just as amazing and extraordinary beings as the God who created us is. But we simply don't believe in the power or the full essence of that being, my beauties. And in the moment that he said that to me, he said he wouldn't be able to receive my pure energy. And of course, in a 3D kind of way, or in a low vibrational way, I'm recognizing that he's trying to say or do whatever it is that he's needing to do to get my number or to take me out on a date. But in my head, the message is far past that at this point. I'm recognizing how much we don't believe in our own power and the full essence of our own being, because you try to utilize um, you giving me a compliment, or you feeling my energy, or whatever you want to equate to that, um, as a way for you feeling like you deserved, or that I was supposed to give you my number. If it's not there, if the answer is no, allow the answer to be no. Um, but that's the more low vibing energy, right? But my mind was along the lines of recognizing that we simply do not believe in the power of our own beings. We are extraordinary. We are powerful. We are able to inspire and empower not only ourselves, but our environment, our energies, and the things that we are connected to from one day to the next. Um, and so immediately when he said that he wouldn't be able to experience my pure energy because it would be through social media. And then he connected my pure energy to a negative connotation of something he believed. It immediately rose something within me that helped me to see, like, this is where the universe is. This is where, or this is where we are universally, not the universe, but this is where we are universally as people, as human beings. We sincerely feel like once there is a negative connotation that is connected or attached to a thing, listen to me, my beauties. Once we feel like there's a negative connotation connected or attached to a thing, then we tend to believe that there can never be anything good to come from that ever again. Say, for instance, when you have someone who's in a relationship and that person may have shown up as abusive or manipulative or mean or a liar or whatever it was, and then that same person get into another relationship and they show up in their most purest, loving, gentle aspect or form of their being, different things pull different things out of people. Okay, maybe hot and cold don't mix, right? Oil and water, oil and vinegar does not mix on any day of the week, okay? But it does not mean that there's anything wrong with what that person was. That person or that thing simply just was not for you, right? And so we tend to categorize something as a whole and then just say social media is bad, or that person is altogether bad, that relationship is altogether bad, or that church is altogether bad because it has that person or those people in it that are bad. Like, we tend to categorize things in a whole. Like, no. you know that's simply not how it works. Like, social media isn't all bad. It simply means that that is your perspective, that is your view, that is the energy that you have surrounding you, right? And I'm very good on my own with releasing, removing, and separating myself from any energies that are too heavy, too much, that I know are going to become a hindrance or a blockage in any kind of way to me being able to be my best self. And then also being an empath, I take on certain energies more than other people, right? And so I begin to take on the identity of those things, those peoples, right? And so it's very important as an empath, for those who may not know this, it's very important for those as an empath to understand the importance of protecting your energy, protecting your space, so that you can deliver your most authentic, loving, pure version of yourself from one day to the next. Okay. But listen to me, my beauties. um I did not mean to rant like that, but listen to me. There is duality in all things. Okay, there's duality in all things. All things. Where there is positive, there is negative. Where there is rich, there is poor. Where there is good, there is bad. Where there is right, there is wrong. There's duality in all things, okay? Um, and it's all about your perspective. It's all about your perception, okay? How am I going to utilize what I have to acquire or obtain what it is that I may be trying to gather or gain? Okay. In that moment, he was trying to gain, and he doesn't even realize he was utilizing his powers just in the wrong way. In that moment, he was trying to utilize what he thought was best to get my number, or to get my to go on a date, or whatever it was he was trying to obtain in that moment. He was utilizing his powers, but just in the wrong way. You missed me, right? But it does not mean, or not even that he was utilizing his powers in the wrong way. More so, he was utilizing them on the wrong being. Listen to me. What they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's trash is another man's treasure, meaning what one man will throw away or not have any value for, or will not appreciate, or will not understand, or will not like or love the next man. And I'm remembering, whew, this is going to tie the message in for those who haven't seen it. There's a movie by Tyler Perry called Why Did I Get Married? And there's this couple, Sheila and Mike. And Sheila was a beautiful woman inside and out, but she was heavy set. And her husband, Mike, was not attracted to a woman who was her size. He just simply did not feel he was attracted to her. And so he based their entire marriage or his attraction to her based off of her physical looks. And so he wasn't able to recognize that he was actually attracted to more than just her physical or her sexual aspects. But in the moment of being in the moment, he thought it was all about the physical. She needed to be a certain size for him to be physically and sexually attracted to her. And so, because she didn't fit those parameters, he stepped outside of their marriage and began to cheat on her with one of her best friends. Right. And so, stepped outside of that relationship and cheated. And so when he left her for the friend, or quote unquote friend, when he left her for the friend and they got a divorce at the end of the movie, she had gotten with another man. She had gotten with another man, and this new man pulled out something different in her. He showed her how much, he reminded her of her own power. He reminded her of how much she deserved and needed that love of self. He showed and reminded her of those things. And so you have two men in this scenario, Mike and Troy. Troy is the new husband, Mike is the ex-husband. Mike pulled things out of her like depression, sadness, sickness, sorrow, mental despair, right? He pulled those things out of her, making her feel worthless, not worthy, right? And then Troy, he pulled out love, peace, courage, power, patience, strength, understanding. He pulled those aspects of her out of her. And he showed her, this is where you belong. This is where you should always choose to dwell, in this space, in this environment here. And then Mike saw a different version of Sheila. But Sheila would never have been that version of herself with Mike. Mm. So sometimes we're using our powers, but our powers simply are not working for that person. We're using our powers in an unhealthy manner. Mm. Mike was being controlling while Troy took control. I made a post about this on my social media the other day. The difference between being controlling, a woman does not feel like her needs are being met. A woman does not feel like her thoughts or her interests or whatever it is that are important to her are being heard or understood or felt. But when you take control, that means you're taking initiative, showing interest. That means you're letting that woman or that person, whoever that person may be, you're showing them that you have interest, that you care about how they think, how they feel, what they believe, how they align. Listen to me, my beauties. Listen to me. Listen to me, my beauties. Ask yourself, how are you utilizing your powers? If you are utilizing your powers and you're not receiving the results that you may want or need to receive from that person or those people, then maybe you're using your powers in the wrong way or on the wrong person. In the wrong way or on the wrong person. That's the message, y'all, because I'm about to go. I'm about to go. But if you have not heard it already today, know that you are loved, you are beautiful, and you are absolutely amazing. You have the power to be exactly who and whatever it is that you aspire to be. I love you, okay? I love you. That's the message, my beauties. I do hope this resonated for you. If it resonates, comment below and let me know how. Leave a message, um, and I'll be sure to read the messages. And leave a subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. And if it resonated for you, again, please feel free to share the video. Okay. But that is the message, y'all. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Peace and love. Until next time.